Don't what's up me, you sucker. Don't what's up me, you sucker. I should black.
I hate to stir it up, but Afrojack has been talking shit about you. Anything you want to say? Who? Afrojack? Who? That's what I thought. Thank you.
Besides being mentor and mentee, Eminem and 50 Cent are straight-up brothers in this game. They've had each other's backs through everything, from messy award show drama to full-blown rap feuds. And when it comes to beef, these two are legends of disrespect. They don't back down, and they sure don't bite their tongues. Eminem and 50 have gone at it with just about everyone, from industry rivals like Ja Rule to former crew members like The Game. They seem to thrive on the chaos, and honestly, they love every second of it. So let's dive into some of their most talked about rap wars that shook the game. Back in August 2023, The Game caught another lyrical bullet when Ez Mil and Eminem dropped that explosive track Realist. While it marked Ez Mil's big breakout moment, Eminem instantly stole the spotlight with his razor-sharp bars aimed directly at The Game. He wasn't just flexing, he was staking his claim as one of the greatest to ever touch a mic, daring anyone to challenge him. Eminem spit, "All the envious rappers I torch if I'm on a joint with them, and their only retort is, I'm not played in the clubs. Motherfair put a cork in it. Only reason they still play your stuff in clubs is cause you still performing." That's a direct hit at The Game, who had previously said M's songs weren't getting club play. Eminem wasn't letting that slide. He fired back with pure venom. This all stems from The Game's 10-minute diss track, Black Slim Shady, where he took countless shots at M. But the real roots of the feud go way back, straight to 50 Cent and the G-Unit era. See, The Game first got noticed by Dr. Dre, who saw his raw potential and decided to bring him under the Aftermath umbrella. Dre wanted to give him the push he needed, so he placed him in G-Unit, 50 Cent's powerhouse crew. It was a strategic move meant to launch The Game's debut album and put him on the map. But not everyone saw it that way. Some thought it was genius, while others whispered it was just Dre's way to boost Game's visibility using 50's fame. Still, one thing was clear. Being around 50 and Eminem instantly threw The Game into the heart of hip-hop's biggest spotlight. When The Game dropped his debut album, The Documentary, it proved he wasn't just hype. He had the skills to back it up. The album blew up, earning critical praise and major sales. But with all that success came tension, egos, and the start of one of rap's most heated rivalries. Tracks like How We Do and Hate It or Love It hit the streets hard, instantly becoming hip-hop anthems. They showed off The Game's raw storytelling and slick lyricism while proving that his chemistry with 50 Cent was pure fire. But as the documentary skyrocketed to success, the bond between them started to crack, and the tension was impossible to ignore. During the shoot for the Hate It or Love It video, the first signs of trouble started to surface. Word got out that 50 refused to sit next to The Game in a car during filming, and that tiny moment sparked huge rumors. Fans and insiders started whispering that things were getting tense behind the scenes, and they weren't wrong. No one knows exactly what caused that cold energy, but it kicked off a chain of drama that would only get worse. Even with all the friction, the Hate It or Love It video dropped and was praised everywhere. Critics loved it, and fans couldn't get enough. But soon after, things took a wild turn. During a live radio interview, 50 Cent publicly announced that The Game was no longer part of G-Unit. That bombshell sent shockwaves through the industry. Minutes later, The Game tried to pull up to the same radio station and chaos erupted. A fight broke out, shots were reportedly fired, and suddenly this wasn't just music beef. It was real street tension. Both camps quickly tried to cool things down, saying it was all a misunderstanding. By March 2005, they even held a public press conference, shaking hands and promising peace. But that truce didn't last long. Soon after, G-Unit started questioning The Game's loyalty and even his street credibility, which only made him hungrier to prove himself. He hit the studio and came back swinging with a vicious diss track, 300 bars and running, throwing direct shots at 50 and the whole crew. That track lit up the rap world and sparked an all-out war of words between the two heavyweights. For months, fans watched in awe as 50 and The Game traded diss tracks like lyrical bullets, each one trying to outdo the other. The whole industry was locked in, picking sides, dissecting bars, and watching the beef unfold like a real-life movie. Then, in 2006, The Game surprised everyone by extending an olive branch. He said he wanted to make peace and fix what was broken between him and 50. Whether it was genuine or just strategy, one thing was clear. Their story was far from over. Even after the game tried reaching out, 50 Cent kept quiet. No calls, no tweets, no nothing. He wasn't interested in peace talks or public apologies. Their feud had turned into one of the most intense beefs hip-hop had ever seen, with over 100 diss tracks flying back and forth, keeping the tension alive for years. Every few months, someone dropped another song, and fans could feel that old rivalry spark right back up. In 2010, The Game tried to put his pride aside and publicly tweeted at 50, asking to finally squash the beef and end all the hate between them. But 50 didn't even acknowledge it. Total silence. Even so, The Game didn't stop trying. He kept talking about peace, saying he wanted to move forward and focus on music instead of old grudges. But just when things seemed to be cooling off, 50 stirred it all up again with new music and subtle jabs that reignited the flames. Then in 2012, The Game made one more big move. He started a petition for a G-Unit reunion. He wanted to bring the crew back together, show unity, and close that chapter once and for all. But G-Unit shut it down fast. They made it clear that The Game was no longer part of their plans and that they were moving on without him. A few years later, in 2016, G-Unit hit the stage at Summer Jam, but The Game was nowhere to be seen. That performance sent a loud message to the world. The crew was officially back, but The Game was out for good. You could feel the sting in that moment, like a door had been slammed shut right in his face.
The real reason I wasn't on the Super Bowl is because I'm not a safe artist. So it's just like, he not safe, so they went with the safe artist.
Then came 2022, when 50 Cent called The Game out again, this time for taking a photo with Lloyd Banks. 50 questioned what The Game's real motives were, suggesting it might have been fake love. But surprisingly, The Game didn't take the bait. Instead, he played it cool, saying that the beef was old news and that he had no problems with 50 anymore. For a second, it looked like peace might finally stick. But just when the drama with 50 was settling down, The Game found himself in a brand new war. This time with Eminem. Out of nowhere, he dropped a brutal diss track called The Black Slim Shady, where he came straight for Eminem, 50 Cent, Dr. Dre, and even mentioned Eminem's daughter. The lyrics were ruthless, calling out Eminem's career, personal life, and status in the game, clearly trying to provoke a fiery response. When The Black Slim Shady hit the internet, the reaction was wild. Some fans praised The Game for his fearlessness and wordplay, saying it took guts to come for one of rap's biggest legends, but others weren't impressed. They thought it was a clout move, calling it desperate and unnecessary. The entire hip-hop world exploded into debate. Timelines were filled with heated takes, fans were choosing sides, and everyone was waiting to see if Eminem would clap back. The diss track, The Black Slim Shady, definitely shook things up, but it also made people wonder what The Game's real motive was. Why go after Eminem, one of the most respected rappers alive? What was he really trying to prove? Many fans started digging for answers, and one major event seemed to explain the tension brewing between them: the Super Bowl LVI halftime show. On February 13th, 2022, Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, Eminem, Kendrick Lamar, 50 Cent, and Mary J. Blige tore up the stage in one of the most iconic Super Bowl performances ever. But one name was missing: The Game. Despite being a proud voice of the West Coast and a longtime collaborator under Dr. Dre's camp, he wasn't invited to perform. That snub didn't sit right with him. The Game made it clear that being left out felt like a slap in the face. He shared posts on social media and reposted fans asking why he wasn't included in what was supposed to be a celebration of Los Angeles hip-hop. He truly believed that as a key figure from the West Coast, he earned that spotlight and deserved to stand next to Dre, Snoop, and M on that stage. The frustration was real. Later, during an episode of the I Am Athlete podcast, The Game opened up about how being excluded hit him emotionally. He admitted that he was hurt, not just professionally, but personally. He said he felt labeled as the unsafe artist, someone who might bring too much raw energy or controversy for a polished, family-friendly Super Bowl performance. That comment spoke volumes about how he viewed the industry, like it was rewarding safe acts while pushing out the real ones. Then came March 2022, when The Game appeared on Drink Champs with NORE and DJ EFN And that's when things really exploded. He dropped one bold statement after another, saying that Kanye West had done more for his career recently than Dr. Dre ever did. That line alone had the internet losing its mind. But he didn't stop there. He went even further, claiming he was better than Eminem and ready to prove it in a Verzuz-style battle. He said he wanted to face M head-on, man to man, and let the world decide who truly reigned supreme. The backlash was immediate. Fans flooded social media, calling his comments disrespectful and outrageous. But the game didn't flinch. He doubled down. In an Instagram video right after the interview, he stood firm, saying he still believed he could out-rap Slim Shady any day. He even acknowledged that people had their own opinions, but made it clear he wasn't backing off his stance. He saw himself as a top-tier lyricist, deserving the same respect as the legends he once looked up to. That confidence, or arrogance depending on who you ask, reignited debates all across hip-hop. Was the game just speaking his truth, or was he stirring controversy to stay relevant? Either way, his words made sure that everyone in the industry was talking about him again. The game didn't stop at words. He even challenged Eminem to a straight-up rap battle, or hinted at a collaboration just to prove his point. He wanted to settle things once and for all, mic to mic, no excuses. But will the game ever really bury the hatchet with Eminem and 50 Cent, or is this rivalry destined to live forever? Only time will tell. Now, shifting gears, let's talk about another explosive chapter in Eminem's long list of rap feuds, Nick Cannon and Mariah Carey. Back in the late 2000s, rumors were flying all over the music industry that Eminem and Mariah Carey had a secret relationship. Mariah flat out denied it, brushing it off as gossip, but then Eminem dropped a bombshell, his song Bagpipes from Baghdad off his Relapse album. In that track, M didn't just hint, he spelled it out. He rapped directly about his supposed past with Mariah and then went in hard on Nick Cannon, who was her husband at the time. The lyrics were wild and left zero room for confusion. He rapped, "Mariah, whatever happened to us? Why did we have to break up?" Then came the shots. Nick Cannon, better back up. I'm not playing. I want her back, you punk. But he didn't stop there. He doubled down with, "Nick, you had your fun. I've come to kick you in your sack of junk." Those bars set the internet on fire. The shots were bold, raw, and definitely personal. And Nick Cannon wasn't having it. He fired back online, threatening to take legal action against Eminem. In a since-deleted Tumblr post, Nick wrote, "I don't know why no one has stood up to you yet, but I guess it's going to take a corny, whack-rapping boy toy from Nickelodeon to set you straight. And trust, I'm going to be relentless. Even though I've got a lot of other obligations, you are my new full-time job, homie." That was a clear warning. Nick was ready for war. Mariah Carey soon joined the feud in her own way. She dropped her iconic hit Obsessed, which many fans instantly recognized as a direct jab at Eminem. In the music video, Mariah even dressed up like M himself, hoodie, hat, goatee and all, mocking him in front of the world. The shade was next level and it sent social media into a frenzy. For about a decade, things cooled down. No direct shots, just lingering tension. But out of nowhere in 2019, the feud came roaring back to life. Nick Cannon appeared on T.I.'s Expeditiously podcast, where he revisited that old drama. He shared a story about being on a private jet with Eminem after hearing one of M's tracks dissing Mariah. Feeling protective of his wife, Nick said he wrote Eminem a long letter, not as an enemy, but as a man trying to keep things respectful. He told M he admired him as an artist, but demanded he show some respect for Mariah. To fans, Nick's words sounded mature and grown up, but to Eminem, it was game on again.
The Mariah thing, yeah, that's true. Those rumors are true, and I'm not gonna deny them.
So did you date him?
No. Can I just clarify that I did not have a physical relationship with him? I did not have an intimate relationship. I've been with less men than I can, than on one hand. So he's not one of those.
Instead of responding directly online, M took it to the booth, his favorite battlefield. Later that same year, he dropped a fiery verse on Fat Joe's track Lord Above. In that verse, M fired off, "I know me and Mariah didn't end on a high note, but that other dude's whipped. He got him neutered. Tried to tell him this chick's a nut job before he got his jewels clipped. Almost got my caboose kicked." That was pure Eminem. Savage wordplay, sharp punchlines, and zero remorse. With just a few bars, He reignited a feud that everyone thought was dead. And once again, the world was reminded that when it comes to rap beefs, Eminem never forgets. Fool, quit. You're not going to do nothing. I'd let her chop mine off before I lose to you, Nick. That was Eminem's final blow on Lord Above, and it hit hard. But Nick Cannon wasn't just gonna sit back and take it. He jumped straight on Instagram with a fiery response saying Fat Joe's album is star-studded. He even did some charity work and dug Eminem out his grave. I mean, cave. The sarcasm was sharp, and the message was loud. Nick was ready to play ball. Nick then took things up a notch by inviting Eminem to come face him on his own turf, MTV's Wild and Out. He called him out publicly, daring him to step into the comedic battlefield and settle it live. Of course, Eminem didn't show, but that didn't stop Nick from keeping the energy high. Not long after, Cannon dropped his own diss track titled The Invitation, and he went all in. He threw wild shots rapping, "Call Kim, somebody get Haley, and that other kid you raising that ain't even your baby. My baby mama killed you off a decade ago, you're still crying about it." Those bars were personal, crossing lines that made the internet explode. Public reaction split right down the middle. Some people praised Nick for standing up for Mariah and defending his family's name. They respected his loyalty and guts for going at a lyrical monster like Eminem. Others, though, said Nick was reaching, that he was dragging up old drama just to stay relevant, and that it was time to move on from a feud that started over a decade ago. The media, of course, ate it all up. Headlines screamed across every major outlet. Nick fires at Eminem again. Eminem versus Cannon round 3. Entertainment blogs and tabloids dissected every lyric, every post, every interview, making the beef bigger than ever. The more they covered it, the more fans fed into it, craving every update about the war between these two. But in the middle of all that noise, there were voices calling for peace. Some fans said enough was enough, that both artists should focus on their music instead of trading jabs forever. They wanted to see them move past the bitterness and maybe, just maybe, end things like men instead of enemies. For a while, it looked like that might actually happen. Still, the feud had grown a life of its own. Too big, too loud, too public to truly die down. Both Eminem and Nick kept firing subtle shots, whether in their lyrics or on social media. At one point, Nick even used snippets from Eminem's old songs to throw shade, trying to twist M's past words back on him. Every post, every verse was another spark in a feud that just refused to fade. Lately, things seem calmer, at least on the surface. The heated back and forth between Eminem, 50 Cent, and Nick Cannon has cooled down publicly, with all three focusing on other projects. But fans aren't convinced the storm has really passed. Many believe there's still tension bubbling underneath, just waiting for the right trigger. The history between them runs deep, full of personal shots, public humiliation, and years of rivalry. That kind of animosity doesn't just disappear overnight. Fans are still watching every lyric drop, every cryptic caption, and every subtle nod, looking for signs that the feud could flare up again. Even now, one clever bar or shady post could reignite the fire, because when it comes to Eminem and his rivals, peace never feels permanent. The drama surrounding this feud doesn't just stop with the artists. It's got fans and the whole hip-hop world talking non-stop. Some people can't help but wonder if there's more to it than just bruised egos and old grudges. Is this beef personal, fueled by pride and past pain? Or is there a hidden strategy behind it? A way for each artist to stay in the spotlight and keep their names buzzing? Nobody knows for sure, but the speculation just keeps building, and only time will tell what's really going on behind the scenes. But to understand the full picture, we've got to rewind a bit. Back to 2005, when Nick Cannon and Mariah Carey first met at the Teen Choice Awards. Sparks flew instantly, and just a few years later, in 2008, they tied the knot. So when Eminem dropped his first diss track about Mariah, Nick and Mariah were still a fresh couple. And that explains a lot about why Nick came out swinging so hard to protect her. Still, even though their marriage ended in 2016 after 8 years together, Nick never stopped defending Mariah. The two stayed cool for the sake of their twins, Moroccan and Monroe, and Nick always made sure to speak respectfully about her. No matter what, he stood by her name and reputation, especially when anyone tried to drag her back into old drama. But things took another wild turn when 50 Cent got pulled into the mix. It all started when Nick Cannon cracked a joke about 50's weight on his podcast. Nick clowned around saying 50 had gained a feud, even roasting him by saying he looks like he's got a pack of hot dogs in the back of his neck. That line went viral instantly. Fans couldn't stop talking about it. At first, 50 Cent seemed unbothered, like he was brushing it off. But you know 50, he never lets anything slide for long. Soon after, he fired back on Instagram with a slick post. He shared a message about faith and success, saying that true blessings come from God, not luck. Then added a spicy caption calling out people like Nick who, in his words, were using him for their marketing campaign. 50 wrote, "If your marketing campaign is say something about 50, you're not gonna make it. Have a nice day." That was classic 50. Calm, clever, and cutting all at once. He made it clear that if anyone tried to get clout off his name, they were wasting their time. Of course, this wasn't the first time 50 had something to say about Nick. During a 2020 appearance on The Breakfast Club, 50 was asked about Nick Cannon's long-running feud with Eminem, and he didn't hold back. He explained that Eminem thrives in battle, that M actually gets energized when someone challenges him, which is why beefing with him never ends well for his opponents. The conversation then shifted to Nick's track, Used to Look Up to You, which some thought was about Eminem. But 50 cleared that up right away, saying the song was actually aimed at him, not M. And of course, he didn't miss his chance to clown Nick just a little. 50 said he's always thought Nick was legendary corny from the beginning. That jab became a viral moment too. Fans were laughing, reposting, and debating whether 50 was being too harsh or just brutally honest. Either way, it showed that even when things seemed calm, the tension between these three, Eminem, 50 Cent, and Nick Cannon, is never completely gone. The jokes, the interviews, the bars, every time one of them speaks, the internet lights up again. And that's what makes this ongoing saga so fascinating. Because in the world of hip-hop, no feud ever truly dies. It just waits for the next beat to drop. During a wild conversation on The Breakfast Club, the host couldn't help but roast Nick Cannon's obsession with going at 50 Cent. They straight up said, "We don't get it, bro. Why are you so passionate about this? You suck, bro." Their reaction summed up what a lot of fans were thinking. Like, why keep poking the bear when 50 clearly lives for this kind of drama? Then came another moment that had everyone talking. In an interview with Forbes' Brian J. Roberts, 50 Cent opened up about his life, his business mindset, and even dropped a little shade while reflecting on his past purchases. He said he regretted buying such a massive house for himself, joking that a smaller one would have been plenty. Then, with that trademark smirk, he added, "Nick Cannon and all his kids could have used that big house more than me." It was classic 50. Turning a serious reflection into a slick jab that instantly made headlines. As for the ongoing feud between Eminem and Nick Cannon, it's still one of the most talked about rivalries in hip-hop. Fans and industry insiders can't stop speculating about whether these two will ever let it go. Will they eventually find common ground and finally bury the hatchet? Or is this war just lying dormant, waiting for one tweet or lyric to set it off again? For now, all anyone can do is wait and watch. Because with these two, peace never feels permanent. But while Eminem and Nick's feud kept social media buzzing, another legendary battle was already written deep in hip-hop history. The war between 50 Cent and Ja Rule. Their beef started way back in the late 1990s, and it's still remembered as one of the most brutal rivalries rap has ever seen. It all kicked off in 1999, when Ja Rule was robbed at gunpoint while filming a music video. Word on the street was that one of 50 Cent's associates allegedly snatched Ja's chain during the heist. According to 50, when Ja later ran into him and that same associate at a club, Ja acted cold and distant, and that's when things started to sour. But Ja Rule's version tells a different story. He admits the robbery happened, but denies ever seeing 50 and the alleged thief together. He insists their beef didn't start over that. Instead, he claims it came from 50 feeling disrespected and snubbed by Murder Inc. or Ja's record label during the shoot for his single, Murder for Life. Whatever the real cause, the tension between them started to heat up fast. Not long after, 50 Cent fired his first lyrical shot, the diss track Life's on the Line. It was aimed directly at Ja Rule and Murder Inc., meant to send a message that he wasn't one to be played with. The track was supposed to appear on 50's debut album, Power of the Dollar, but the project never got an official release. Meanwhile, Ja Rule's debut album, Veni Vedi Veci, dropped and exploded, going multi-platinum and turning him into one of the biggest stars in hip-hop at the time. The success gap only made things worse. By 2000, their rivalry had turned personal and explosive. The two rappers were booked at the same Atlanta nightclub, and what should have been just another night of performances turned ugly fast. Words were exchanged, tempers flared, and the confrontation got physical. But that was just the beginning. Things took an even darker turn later that same year. 50's G-Unit crew and Ja Rule's Murder Inc. camp ran into each other at the Hit Factory Studios in New York City. According to reports, Ja Rule got a tip that 50 was recording there and decided to pull up, and it wasn't for a friendly chat. The encounter turned violent, and by the end of the chaos, 50 Cent had been stabbed during the altercation. That moment cemented their feud as one of the most intense and dangerous in the rap world. No longer just about lyrics or clout, but real-life animosity. And from that point on, 50 and Ja Rule's rivalry became the stuff of hip-hop legend, the kind of feud that changed the culture forever. The chaos at Hit Factory left 50 Cent wounded, literally, after being stabbed by rapper Black Child, a member of Murder Inc. That violent clash locked 50 and Ja Rule into one of hip-hop's fiercest rivalries ever. Between 1999 and 2002, every move, every word, and every track added fuel to a fire that seemed unstoppable. The hate was real, and both camps were officially sworn enemies. By 2002, things exploded when 50 dropped his breakout single, Wanksta. The track instantly caught fire, climbing to number 13 on the Billboard Hot 100. Everyone knew who it was about. The shots were clearly aimed at Ja Rule. The song's success made 50 a household name, the face of the new generation of hip-hop, and it sent a clear message. He wasn't backing down from anybody. But right when 50's star was rising, Murder Inc. tried to hit him where it hurt, his street credibility. Label head Irv Gotti claimed that 50 had filed an order of protection against him and Ja Rule, implying that 50 was scared and hiding behind the law. That accusation was a big deal in the rap world where image and toughness mean everything. 50 didn't waste a second denying it. He said the rumor was straight up false and that he never asked for protection from anyone. Later, the truth came out. Yes, an order of protection existed, but it wasn't something 50 filed himself. It was issued automatically by the police after the stabbing incident. In the end, the claim didn't touch his credibility at all. In fact, it only made him look more like the victim of Murder Inc.'s aggression. The years 2002 and 2003 became a lyrical battleground. Both rappers went to war through their music, dropping diss tracks back-to-back that had fans glued to every new release. 50 came hard with I Smell Pussy, Back Down, and Hail Mary, the last one being a savage remake of Tupac's classic, this time calling out Ja Rule directly for allegedly trying to imitate Pac's style. Ja Rule fired back with his own diss records, including Loose Change and Guess Who Shot Ya, throwing lyrical punches that accused 50 of being fake and desperate for attention. The back and forth between the two became legendary, hip-hop's version of a heavyweight fight. Every new verse had fans debating who went harder, who crossed the line, and who was really winning. Even as years passed, neither side fully let go. Between 2007 and 2019, their feud kept resurfacing, sometimes through music, sometimes through interviews, and often through social media jabs. In 2007, Ja Rule sat down with Angie Martinez on Hot 97 and accused 50 of straight-up copying his style. He claimed that once 50 signed with Shady Records, he started using the same melodic hooks and catchy formulas that Ja was known for. Ja even said, "He took my whole vibe and ran with it." That accusation sparked another round of arguments online, with fans split over whether 50 had actually borrowed from Ja's sound or just perfected it. Still, 50 brushed it off. He knew controversy only made him bigger. Then in 2013, something surprising happened. Ja Rule did an interview and admitted something fans never expected to hear. He said that 50 Cent had won the beef. Coming from Ja, that was a major statement. After years of back and forth, to publicly admit defeat was shocking. But later that same year, something even crazier happened. An unexpected moment that had fans thinking a truce might finally be possible. After more than a decade of disses, drama, and real-life violence, people started to wonder if hip-hop's longest feud was finally coming to an end, or just taking a quiet pause before the next storm. Eminem and 50 Cent, two rap icons who've built their legacies on raw talent, unshakable loyalty, and fearless controversy. From their wild feuds to their unbreakable bond, these two have proven time and time again that they're built different. Their stories keep hip-hop alive, unpredictable, and full of energy. If you love diving into their world of beefs, brotherhood, and legendary moments, make sure to like, subscribe, share, and drop a comment below. Let us know whose side you're on and what feud shocked you the most. And don't miss out. Click the card on your screen right now to watch more jaw-dropping hip-hop stories.